When the lights turn off, colors begin. Bodies are not bodies. Things are more than things. The world that begins from slowly transformed. Imaginary land emerges. We it. When my eyes close, wonders arise. Questions are not questions. Knowledge is far beyond the dream that embedded knowing, magically enriched. Indescribable happiness starting now. Tao, the consciously non-active activity, shows its way to full awareness. No need to ask how, just simple allowance for deep acceptance. Questioning only because of curiosity. One is just for enlightened foreseeing. Follow the breath of the universe, the Tao. Creative space, an imaginative act within the mind, passionately waits for the color to dance. Bodies find a passage to enter, composing melodies with abstract beings and knowing. Is this the Tao of mind? Creative space.
breathing maps. Under the linden tree, in full bloom, you say these trees are dreaming us, their quantum thoughts leafing through the breeze. In the shade, the scent is tantalizing as we grope toward how things hang together. Most days, you see how we sleep under our tongues in fear of creating chaos in some false sense of order. Every day, look into the mirror with vague recognition and mild amusement in a life that is not an imitation, but a triangulation toward a point of truth. We seek to find ourselves in a house, on a canvas, in a 200-year-old house in the south of Bulgaria, walls whitewashed with the forgetfulness of its history. We sleep like under a carpet with our clothes on. Outside, the walnut tree from my childhood chopped down. Today, we add to this canvas how the clouds lie on the bosom of Mount Vitusha this afternoon after the rain. Still, most revealing are those days in which we fall into each other out of context, trusting the background will fill itself in if we hold tight enough. Interpreting the winds. Here, the three mountains meet. Here their winds come to hold counsel. They settle down in the valley. A small village hosts their talks. A good friend lives here. On the horizon, the mist insists on erasure. Memory turns silhouette, fades, and in places disappears. A matter of distance, this pilgrimage back, part now, part remembered. Here, the dead are observed with a ritual, a slow procession down winding narrow lanes, and the weddings are loud and full of dancing. Even cars will stop for the vigorous horo, weaving through the streets to drums, accordions, and pipes. And if you happen upon a wedding without being invited, it is good luck. They say God invited you. Yes, this is the insistent present, but also memory. What the world is how we age its grapes. In cellars at a constant 12 degrees Celsius, how we drink them over tables smooth with worry at the end of the day when you have nothing in your grasp but perplexities. And the best we can do is share them with each other. The winds hold counsel here where the three mountains meet. They may agree on the order or disagree. They will eventually move mountains. Today, they are lovers, peacefully sleeping. Yesterday, they were legends, feuding brothers and sisters who turned to rivers forever flowing away from each other. Tomorrow, they will be friends, meeting after many years. How to unpack our histories? What to make of them? Over tables of heavy walnut, over handmade bread, a block of white cheese, and a bowl of homegrown grapes. A matter of distance in time. The taste of the wine.
My question again is a simple question. It's in relation to your movement and the story being told, the text that's being presented. And I can see how you responded, but I was just wondering what you were thinking and how you chose to respond, and what was the thinking underneath that?
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
I can speak loud.
You don't want it? You don't have
Because I'm so sweaty at the moment.
Okay. Sorry,
That's polite of you.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty loud, right? Okay. No?
No.
No? Okay.
Daniela will hold this for you.
Two mics.
There you go.
Oh, you have two mics, yes. It was throughout the process of creation. This piece is originally choreographed on a male dancer. And we have been developed this for 4 years. But it's all based on one simple question. Sorry. It's all based on a very simple question. What is choreographic consciousness? This is my research topic that I have been in and out, wondering, questioning, speaking about myself, also to friends and colleagues. What is choreographic consciousness? How can I be aware in every single moment that when we walk, when we sleep, even when we breathe, where does consciousness come from? How do we know if we are fully aware? So this is the beginning of the whole layout. Then when I start to choreograph it, the piece and move to my own on a female dancer, also person who dances in it. I start to bring in a lot of my cultural history, my baggage with me. As you can see, it's pretty Asian oriented. But at the same time, I couldn't deny it's my past. Even now, it's still embedded and subtle, deeply in me. And Taoism philosophy is one of the foundation of my thinking, so that also flows through the whole choreography. Then I invited Daniela Elza, the poet, which I myself find a poem philosophical. I can dance and just think movement when I listen to her. So I think her words dance. So that's why we kind of start the collaboration process close to probably about 4 weeks ago. Yeah. Did I answer the question? I don't know. I'm not used to speaking public, so. Yes, this one?
Do we have any from the audience? Any questions? I have one about, you said it was a male dancer originally. Was the male dancer Asian too?
He is Canadian born Asian.
And
so not too much Asian background, Asian thinking, because he is primarily grew up in Canada.
would you say that the aesthetic of the movement made a huge transition because you were dancing it?
Yeah. The quality of the movement for sure. When this piece was danced on the male dancer that I choreographed on, the quality of movement is quite different. The way of using breath, because there's from my background, my training, the way I dance, the breathing pattern is quite different from when I moved to Canada, how I learned here. And I noticed that on dancers too, dancers who came from different backgrounds, they all have a very distinct pattern on breathing based on their training and da-da-da-da.
It's interesting as to whether it's personal or cultural for me. just brings up a few questions on that. I don't have any questions. Catherine, do you have? There is a question from the audience, though.
I have a question about dancing in your own work and your personal inner dialogue in dancing your own work. So like what's going through your brain as you interpret your own movement and your own ideas in your
Argument.
own space.
Yeah.
And your
A
own,
lot of argument.
right?
It's like, what comes next? No, that shouldn't be right. Should I take a deep breath here? No, you shouldn't do that.
Right.
Yeah, and how I perceive where I look, why I look, what I'm trying to say to you, that kind of inner dialogue. Yeah.
For me to connect those two between your piece, Michael, and Sulin's work isn't that investigation, is it clouded by another discipline? When you add music, when you add words, is it clouded or is it necessary? And it's just to throw it out there, like is it something that provides you with a decision-making tool outside of your own self and doubt, or is it actually perhaps an area of research that might be done in silence that could award or reward differently? Yeah. Any more questions? Is there a hand up at the back there? Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, hi, I'm from New York and you're spectacular.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Do you breathe differently?
It's very spectacular, but most importantly, from an American point of view, when you did your retention right now, your light was extraordinary. It was very international. The whole room was filled with purple. And then when you're doing your insulation, when you're doing your tighter work, your meditation is spectacular. It really, really is. It's very international, very polished. I thought I was on a plane to Tibet. Yeah, it was beautiful. Mazel tov.
I think that's a good place to. Congratulations.